up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm back at Subaru Port Richey here in sunny Florida for another mainstay in that Subaru lineup, the Subaru Impreza. Now this is a 2019 Impreza hatchback, but you know what? The Impreza name has been around since 1993. And it's been since that time that this car has done some amazing things for Subaru, and it still continues to be a great option for somebody who wants to get into a car that has full-time all-wheel drive, has the versatility of that hatchback. And you know what? When this Impreza, the one that you're looking at, the redesign, came out in 2017, this was the first car to be on Subaru's global platform. That structure underneath that all their Imprezas have moved over to, and all the other models, Crosstreks, the Ascent, the Forester, all have moved over to that global platform. But let's go ahead and take a look at this Subaru Impreza hatchback 2019. You can see the restyling of the headlights that have still taken place from 2017, brought into 2019. This one being the entry level. Those are traditional halogen headlamps, so nothing fancy with any LEDs or high intensity discharge light bulbs or anything like that. I do like the way they cleaned up the front fascia, and one thing that they did was they added some distinctive character lines into the front bumper to just give it a little bit of extra personality. Now if I'm gonna zonk it, it's gonna be this area right here. And it's not even so much this, it's the lack of a fog light. Now I know on higher trim levels you will get fog lamps, but come on, how much really are they? They should be standard across the board. As we transition, and I love just the crystal white pearl color, it really sparkles nice in the sun. You have that very clean, very clear grille, and that's something that Subaru's also been moving towards, is this general grille shape in all their models. I like the darker black with the silver chrome here, and the regular silver going around the edge. It fits in perfect, very clean, nothing really too obtrusive, and just, you know, when you look at a lot of other models in this price point, like say a Honda Civic hatchback, some people are turned off by the look. This looks very grown up and very civil and very clean. If you look up onto the hood, you can see how they took the body line from the front bumper fascia onto the top of the hood. As we transition to the side of this Impreza, this is where we're gonna have to give it the biggest zonk. Check this out. It's the year 2019, and we still are running plastic hubcaps. What's up with that? That's gonna be my zonk. This is a 16-inch steel wheel lurking behind, plastic hubcap. These cars should come standard with an aluminum wheel. I mean, 17-inch wheel, that would make a lot more sense. Remember, these wheels are connected to, like I said, that symmetrical, Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive. Gonna keep you safe, gonna keep you planted to the road, but not digging those hubcaps. As we go down the Impreza, you can see that traditional greenhouse, nicely done. And as we work our way back, what I like about the Impreza hatchback is I love the rear quarter window, how it just tightens up, gives it a more sporty look to it. Very, very nice hatchback spoiler off the back, nothing too aggressive, but just enough. And then finishing out the back of the car, very, very clean. You don't have a muffler hanging down underneath real low. That's one thing I like about Subarus, is a lot of times they really tuck that underneath because they know you're gonna be going down some type of trail, back road or whatnot with your kayaks on the roof. Hatchback, very nicely shaped. At first, I didn't like this taillight design. It's grown on me, and it really works with the white color of the car, which is really nice. But let's go ahead and check out that 2-liter underneath the hood. All right, guys, here we are underneath the hood of the 2019 Subaru Impreza. That is that 2-liter flat 4 engine. It's normally aspirated, so no turbocharger, definitely no supercharger. It's 152 horsepower. What I like about the engine compartment though, it's clean of a bunch of black plastic covers. You could really see that flat 4 boxer engine. Remember, they call it a boxer engine because those pistons are horizontal and they're gonna be slapping back and forth like boxing gloves. The great thing about this, even made it to that CVT transmission, which I know a lot of us wish they would just get rid of out of the whole car industry. Even with the CVT and even with the all-wheel drive working all the time, this thing is gonna get 27 miles to the gallon in the city and over 30 on the highway, which makes this a great car for everyday driving, everyday living, and it gives you that full use of the hatchback. It's nice to see manufacturers like Subaru Even though we live in a world where SUVs seem to be coming out like every single day, different models of SUVs, they're still producing the hatchback. Let's go ahead and fire up this 152 horsepower flat 4 engine. All right guys, here we are inside the 2019 Subaru Impreza. This, like I said, is your entry level. Let's go ahead and take a look at the door panels and see what we're working with. A lot of plastic, but what's nice is they have a simulated leather on the armrest. If I'm gonna zonk it, I don't like the color and I don't like the cloth material on the back of the door panel. I think over time that's gonna get so dirty from so many different people's arms rubbing up against that. I do like the way they use some lighter color though to break up the sea of black. The design transfers very nicely onto the dash. Very nice soft feel. It's got the simulated stitching and there's this faux carbon fiber. It actually is kind of tasteful. I mean, it's not trying to be like real carbon fiber, but it has a distinctive look. I personally would have went with just something silver just to break up the sea of black a little bit more. There is some silver on the air vents and down by the shifter, but this is all harder plastic. Now remember, this being an entry level, you're looking at an MSRP of around $21,600 for this particular model, so you are going to have those harder plastics. The silver, I mean, it breaks up the black, but it's just the color of it. It looks kind of on the cheaper side. Very simple, direct AC controls. You know what? They work. Easy to get to. You got your blower, you got your different directionals, your temperature. Here is the infotainment system. This has been the Achilles heel of Subaru for so long. This is a 6.5-inch screen. I like the color, I like the font. It's kind of on the slower side when it comes to getting through the different, you see what I'm saying? It's got like a little bit of a pause to it. There is extra info across the top here with the clock, your temperature gauge, and you could do average fuel gauge and whatnot. So that's kind of nice to have there. You have a good old-fashioned standard e-brake, which is nice to see still. And then you have that simulated sort of like rubber material on the armrest. Like I said, I think my biggest problem is this is going to get dirty from your elbows. 2 cup holders, a little cubby down here with a power source, but you don't even have much USB, which is surprising. I would expect at least a USB down here so you could charge your phone. Inside here, you do have a USB. I personally rather have it up here because that's probably where you're going to store your phone, unless you run the cord and just lose a cup holder. That's going to be that. Headliner, I like the way they went with the lighter cloth on the headliner. That kind of opens it up and makes it feel a little bit more airy and spacious. And then they bring the color onto the seats. Now these seats are very soft. The problem is I don't know how well they're going to wear. The texture, I don't know. It just seems a little on the cheaper side, but they are well padded, and I do like the way that you're positioned in the car. Why don't you come over to the driver's side and I'll show you the business end of what you're looking at this Impreza hatchback. All right, guys, business end, simple, straightforward. That's what this car is all about. I like the size of the steering wheel. I like the thickness. Obviously, at entry level, you're just going to get that rubber plastic material on the steering wheel. Same thing with the gauges. They're clear, they're easy to read, but it's just very basic, very straightforward. You have a very simple, it almost looks like an old Casio digital readout for what gear you're in, reverse, park, all that good stuff, your fuel gauge. Other than that, there's no coolant temperature gauge or anything like that, which I would think even at the entry price point, I would like to see something like that. Also, you have the good old-fashioned key, which I know some people still love. I would like to see push button on all the models across the board. Let's go ahead and check out the back seat. All right, guys, back seat, where your passengers are going to be spending all the time. Now, this seat is moved really far back, so that's why you're not seeing a lot of space, but I left the driver's seat exactly where I had it placed. I'm 6 feet tall. Plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom back here. Even on the sides, as it curls down, your head is not very close to that. So even for grown adults in the back seat, it's going to be comfortable. If you're saying, hey, I want an armrest, no armrest. So that's another thing at the entry level. You do have this lighter material. If I had kids, I would not go with this color. It's going to get stained, I promise you that. But overall, it's very comfortable. Not a lot of bells and whistles, but this is that entry level. Let's go ahead and check out the back where we're going to be putting all our stuff. All right, guys, probably the best part about a hatchback is opening up that hatch and seeing all the space. I like the size of the opening. I like the depth to it. Now, these seats do the whole 60-40 split, so as I reach across, very easy just to pull up and you flip down. Now, that seat is back all the way, so that's what's causing that one to stay propped up, but you have lots of room. I like the way this has the optional black plastic on the backs of the seats, and it also comes with a cargo liner. That's going to be great for bringing your bike in and out or whatever else you got back here. Lots of usable space, and this is one of the reasons why I like hatchbacks, especially for a daily driver. If you're ready, I'm ready to wrap this up. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. All right, guys, it's been a wonderful day here at Subaru Port Richey. I definitely got to give a huge shout out to Spencer and Shorty for helping me get these cars together. They always are so welcoming here to Raiti's Rides and just really want to bring the cars that you guys and gals want to see to Raiti's Rides. And if these are the types of cars you like to see on Raiti's Rides, leave a comment in that comment section. If you have not subscribed yet, honestly, what are you waiting for? These are what we're bringing. These types of cars, supercars, muscle cars, classic cars, SUVs, sedans, you name it, we bring it here on Raiti's Rides. So definitely hit that subscribe button. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being on this journey. Thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Your dedication just blows me away, and I'm humbled by it each and every day. So thank you for that. Make sure you check out my Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages. All Raiti's Rides original content all the time. Merch, how do you get it? Click the button somewhere above my head in this video. That'll take you right to Spreadshirt, shirts, hats, bags, hoodies, the whole 9 yards. Get yourself something. I know everybody wants to help promote the channel, and I am thankful for anything and everything that you're willing to do. Speaking of Mr. Everything, it's Big Guns McGee, Tom Moschner. He's getting ready for his next powerlifting competition, and he's doing so by filming the best that he can here on Raiti's Rides. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.